Can you imagine an announcer like commentators?
Messi to Ronaldo, Ronaldo to Messi.
Them next to each other in the lineup.
God. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Elisha here, and welcome back to another episode of Through Ball. This is episode Onside Or Offside 11. I can't believe we've been here for 11 episodes.
11 weeks.
Yes, 11 weeks, and you know, it just gets better every single week. I'm loving it. I'm so happy that you guys are back here with us on this couch. It feels like we're one big happy family in the living room. So we appreciate your time. We appreciate your presence. And as always, I'm joined by the world's greatest. To my right, we have Darian Michelle Jenkins.
Middle name. It's such a weird
Yeah.
11 weeks
I like it.
And to my left, we have Kaylin Mackenzie Kyle Heath.
How did you? Well,
Yeah.
first and foremost,
Yeah, why?
Why?
I might be the feds. I don't know, though. So, yeah, y'all watch out. Y'all be
I
careful.
like my middle name, so it's okay. I kind of like it.
Tread lightly with me. That's all I'm
Except you know
saying.
what it is? Whenever someone said my middle name growing up, it meant I was in trouble.
Oh,
like
same.
my mom went, Kaylin Mack. I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble
Same.
here.
Mac?
Yeah.
That's
Short,
fire.
yeah, like shortened it. So it was like,
As always, we talk about the most important things, the things that we care about, the headlines, the things you probably care about in the world of football. And what's going on this week? What's our VAR moment of the week? What do y'all?
can
what do
I
y'all
go
care about?
first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so my VAR moment of the week would be the potential news of Kevin De Bruyne to Napoli. Obviously, we just seen them raise the Serie A title, and the scenes were insane. Napoli's one of those cities where we saw it when Maradona played there. It's like they treat their footballers like gods, and I feel like it's like a lot of Italian cities are like that, but especially Napoli, like the scenes, the sights, the sounds, and you know. Selfishly, I was hoping Kevin would come to Major League Soccer, but obviously we know Chicago has his discovery rights right now, and it's reported out there that Chicago are offering double of what Napoli is offering
Come on,
them.
Kev.
So come on, come to the money. But no, it would be amazing. Obviously, I don't think he's done in Europe that. Like even looking at his like post game press conferences and interviews, I just can't see him leaving Europe yet.
Nah, and you want to go play for a team like Napoli. They just came off of a massive win, winning Serie A. You have players on that team who just wear their heart on the sleeve. Like that's where you want to go play. He doesn't have to be the player that expends all of his energy. He can be more of a playmaker there. So I think it makes a lot of sense, but I love that the president of Napoli dropped the news during their parade that they were signing Kevin De Bruyne, and it's not over the line yet. He fully wanted.
He's manifesting it.
He wanted to have
it.
that he was the one that dropped the news.
He's
And
manifesting
honestly,
it.
I'm here for it.
I love it.
Oh man, I thought he was tired. Honestly, he's been complaining about so many games like for the past like 2 seasons. I thought he would just not to say that MLS is significantly like easier. I feel like there's less games in
There's
like,
not.
for an MLS team.
I would say MLS.
than-
I feel like there's
Like,
There's
did I not say that last
and
week?
there's
Yeah.
more competition and the travel. This is what people don't
Yes,
understand
you
is
did.
the European travel. The longest you're going is like
Yeah.
a 3-hour flight for a Champions League game,
yeah.
genuinely. Whereas Major League Soccer, if you're going Vancouver, Miami on a direct flight, that's 7 hours. Like that's like going to
You're
Europe.
thinking of the different climates.
Yeah,
like going
different
from like Salt Lake
100%.
City to New
different
York.
playing
like,
surfaces, everything. There's so
Yeah.
much that goes into it. So it's always interesting when Europeans come over and they think MLS is an easy league, and they're like, oh God, this is like a high intensity league, a lot of games, short amount of turnover, a lot of distance traveled. So yeah.
Listen, I'm still pulling
Still
for
come.
MLS. Still pulling for Chicago. Kevin De Bruyne. We're missing a few Kevins in the U.S. You know, we got Kevin Hart.
There's a lack of Kevins in the U.S.
I feel like it's a very
O'Brien.
American name.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of Kevins.
You guys are not helping me
neighbor's
out.
dog
You're not
named
helping
Kevin.
out.
My roommate's name is Kevin.
Okay.
Darian, what's your VAR?
My
What is your VAR,
VAR
Kevin?
moment of the weekend was Women's Champions League final on DAZN, and Arsenal upset Barcelona. I know, I'm sorry.
You're having a tough year, by the way.
It's been rough for Barcelona in the Champions League. They made it to the final, though. They've won 2 in a row. Arsenal hasn't won in 18 years.
crazy.
Stina Blackstenius came in 7 minutes into the match,
Man.
got the 1 goal, and that's
so
what ended the
good.
game so good. But I was talking with a lot of friends, and Arsenal had to have the absolute perfect game because that is how
Yes.
good Barcelona
Barca
are.
was firing.
They won in every single category, but Arsenal just had the lifeline in the back of life and limb. Every single last-ditch tackle went their way. And you could see the players on Barcelona just getting more and more infuriated as the game went on. And then just you need that one moment.
like a
that
game
one
changer.
moment. Yes. Just that simple gap off of that play. And the two subs that came in, Beth Mead and Stina Blackstenius, got the assist, got the goal. And I've just loved seeing the celebrations because it was such an underdog victory.
Yeah.
Also
I
coming
mean,
back
we
in the
need more of that,
semifinals
though.
to
Yeah.
then, against Lyon to now making it in the
Down
finals. And
4.
then,
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
it feels
God.
even better. Like I've been in a situation like that, 2012 Olympics, and we got knocked out of the gold medal game by the U.S. Then we played France in the bronze medal game, and we should not have won the game. Like genuinely shouldn't
Yeah.
have won
Oh,
the
I
game.
remember-
They were
I
the
remember
better
watching
team.
this,
There
yeah.
was every shot I feel like went off a crossbar, and then there was like a moment of brilliance from Diana Matheson and Sophie Schmidt in the build-up in
Legend.
like the 93rd minute to give us a 1-goal lead. And I remember I was like, "We've done it. We're the best team in the world."
But I love
I
that.
was
That's,
like,
that's
yeah.
just making the game grow more. Like, yes, you love to see Barcelona
Yeah.
dominate, but
Makes better storylines.
spread the wealth. Yes, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Arsenal.
Laporte
Yeah.
as well on the pitch, like consoling like his players. I thought that was
Yeah.
a
That
really
was
beautiful
sweet.
moment.
Yeah.
That was nice. A lot of touching moments this
Mm-hmm.
week. Even like speaking of Barcelona, just La Liga teams overall. But sidebar, Ancelotti leaving Real. Like even him,
Oh,
his
stop
speech.
it.
I'm
Modric,
not gonna.
like everyone, you're just like, oh.
Even
Modric
as a
crying on the
Barca
bus.
I
fan,
know.
Crying on the
Modric
bus
crying
to
on
the,
the bus.
to the match. Ugh.
I felt a little tear coming up, but I remembered who it was that was crying, and so a smile
you've,
just
you've
curled up.
insulted
Like, yeah.
that man numerous
Yeah, yeah,
times
yeah.
on the show.
What's your VAR?
He's a raisin, but he's still a raisin.
Still,
But
that's so wild.
speaking of Barca,
One of the
although
best
Go on,
coaches
yeah.
in the world are
Yeah,
raising.
okay, go
What?
on.
it's fine, Brazil got a raisin. It's okay. But some good news coming out of Barcelona. Lamine Yamal just renewed his contract, and it's crazy to say that he has a 6-year extension. And by the time that contract ends, he'll still be just 23 years old, which is insane. And
What's
he'll-
it to 2031?
2031. Yeah. Which is crazy.
Having your future set, your bank account set,
Yes.
that young to
Yes.
2031.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
And
My-
God knows
my
what he's gonna
God.
achieve. Like if you're
Yeah.
looking at his trophy cabinet right now at 17, it's insane. So 6 years from now, if he continues like that, it'd be crazy. $1 billion release clause for teams like PSG who are always trying to snoop in and get Barca players. Yeah, I know y'all not gonna pay that $1 billion. That's crazy.
Well, they
That's
got a lot of money. Never say never.
Please don't pay that $1
That's
billion.
pocket
They had
change.
But I
Neymar,
also don't
Messi,
think-
and Mbappe as their frontline ones.
Yeah, as much as
But I hope he stays. He'll
myself or
stay.
any Barca fan would say, oh no, he would never leave for any amount of money. You never know. You just never know. He doesn't seem like the type of player who
No.
would, but you just never know. But yeah, baseline $15 million a season, with the possibility
insane.
of making more.
Darren, imagine if we made that money when we
I
grew
was
up
just
playing
saying, I would
women's
have been a
football.
maniac. I would have been a complete menace. As a teen?
No.
Man, what?
Game over.
All the other the Adidas deals and everything
No.
else coming with that. Insane. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy. And again,
Well deserved.
it seems like he was keen on just making this deal happen very quickly because he just wanted to go on vacation. He played a lot this season, so
Yeah.
he wanted to get the deal made so he could just move on with the rest of the year. And again, it's possibly now closer than ever for him to get that number 10 shirt now that he's solidified like
He should
his
get
future
it.
and
The
his-
comments
and
in
his
there, the
commitment.
comments in that post were cracking me up.
They were interesting.
It really got people going.
Yeah. I was
I
I
didn't
was shocked it
realize-
was so divided and
Yeah.
so like
Yeah.
he doesn't just what? What?
Yeah, it doesn't
But
deserve
it's-
is insane. Like
Yeah.
seek help
Yeah.
if you say he doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
like wild. I don't know what time we posted that if people were out drinking or what, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's
here
just,
for it, though.
And it's
Yeah.
also timely
Keep
that
coming in the comments.
Ansu Fati is reportedly probably
Yeah.
gonna go
Stepping
to
out.
Monaco too, which is again,
It
it's
makes
still
sense.
on loan.
It makes
but
sense though.
yeah, makes sense for now. Let us know if we missed anything. If there was, a moment this week that made more headlines or that was more important to you that we didn't just mention yet. It's okay. It's okay. Just tell us your opinion in the It's okay. Okay, just tell us in the comments. We'll talk about it. We'll expand on it next week because we like to make y'all happy. Onside or offside. I'm sorry. I just felt pumped up to say that. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Onside, offside. Are your
no,
flags ready?
My heart rate's
Yeah.
that scared me.
I can hear it. I can hear it. That's what we do. As always, this is Onside or Offside. This is where I present the takes, and my lovely co-host will tell me, am I bugging? Am I tripping? Am I absolutely
You're
out of my
usually tripping.
mind?
You're usually tripping.
Or am I a genius? Yeah, maybe. But they will tell me if I'm onside or offside. And PSG versus Inter Milan. So the take is Inter Milan will be crowned champions of the Champions League. You see the colors. You see the vibes. You see what's going on. I'm going with it. Inter Milan will be crowned champion of the Champions League. Onside or offside?
Offside.
I'm going to go onside.
You onside?
Wow, Kaylin, you traitor. Usually you agree with me.
I know. But last night I was laying in my bed and I was thinking, I took my crystal ball out and I thought, who is going to win the Champions League? My only reason why I feel like Inter Milan will, they've been there twice in the last 3 seasons. They have experience mixed with youth. But the one thing that PSG, and yes, it's for me one of the best attacks in all of the Champions League that we saw because of the youth and almost not the inexperience, but just like the idea of because they're so young, I feel like they play not scared, right? They'll take 2-3 players on in transitional moments. They're so good at getting behind a back line and quick at doing it. Like the pace in which they move the ball and the pace in which they counterattack is scary. But Inter Milan is experienced. They're veterans. They know how to win big games. They've been in these situations before, and I think that is what's going to put them over the line. I honestly think this game will be like 1-0.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of reasons as to why PSG are going to win. I'm not going to lie.
Experience is what's going to put Milan
Yeah,
the win.
Go ahead.
They have some
I'll go
weapons.
last.
PSG does have a lot of weapons. However, again, like there's also football heritage, I feel, with Inter Milan. Like they've been in the finals recently. Historically, they've won it, a few
They've
times.
been resting players as well after
yeah,
Napoli taking it coming down
Lautaro's
to the
been-
last. Yeah, they've been resting the players. They're ready for this.
PSG
Yeah.
have too.
And I just,
PSG won the league like a month ago.
I really feel like, again,
They always win the league.
Exactly. Another reason.
They always win the league.
Another
They always
reason.
win the league. Also, and again, maybe this is my superstition. Maybe this is me looking into it a little too hard as a superstitious football fan. But the fact that an unlikely team or a team who, has never won a European trophy in recent years, like Tottenham winning the Europa League final. Arsenal wasn't supposed to win really the Women's Champions League final. I just feel like it's very unlikely that a team like PSG now is going to complete that trio and a more unlikely team because they've never won the Champions League before
I'm with the
to win it
energy
also.
that because we're seeing all of the
Yeah.
underdog teams, which is crazy to call PSG an underdog
I know,
team, but
isn't
the
it?
Historically,
lesser
yes.
favorite, sure, just because they haven't won the Champions League. I think that energy is going to come into this final. I don't know. I think with them having so many young players, with Luis Enrique, with Donnarumma,
Can I ask you a
He's
question?
been
though?
unbelievable.
he's
Can I
been
ask you a question?
He's been their
incredible.
best player.
Ask.
Can I ask a question?
Ask it.
What PSG player in on that team, whether it's international or at the club level, has ever really had an outstanding performance in like a final or a clutch game that you think is going to show up in this final? Because I can name a few Inter players.
I think Donnarumma. Donnarumma's the guy.
Well, but is that not scary though? Like if it is your goalkeeper, that
I
is
could make
being
I
your
could make
guy.
the same
Really?
argument for Inter's goalkeeper.
Jan
I'm
Sommer?
blanking on his name. Yeah. I
What?
can make the same. If it's scary to rely on a goalkeeper, Sommer kept them in the game against your boys.
Yes, absolutely.
I think it's
Experience.
a battle of these goalkeepers because there's going to be
I think it'll
chances
play a
created.
massive factor for sure.
100%. They both have to ball out.
Yes.
But I'm thinking PSG, guys. I think that audacity, that boldness that comes with being a young player, we were like, I'm just going to go ball. There's less pressure on me. There's more pressure on you.
Yeah, but it's a Champions League final.
It's a Champions League
League final.
final, but we
That's
saw
the
the young
only
players
thing.
ball out. Lamine Yamal balled out against them earlier. They couldn't stop him. They couldn't.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they made it through. As hard as it is for me to accept, they
I
made
don't
it
know.
through. But yeah,
We'll chat after this weekend.
let us know in the comments, who do you think will win the Champions League, the 2025 UEFA Champions League, Inter Milan or PSG? Huh? Let us know. Are we going Ici c'est Paris or are we going Netza Azzurri? Like, what do you think? Just let us know in the comments. Moving on, though. Also, a lot of changes going on in Europe right now. And we spoke earlier about Ancelotti leaving Real Madrid and going to Brazil. But now it's Xabi Alonso, another, a returning face for Real Madrid, leaving Bayer Leverkusen to now be the coach of Los Blancos. And the take is, and again, this is not from me. I would never, I would never say something like this, people. I'm just saying what the script says. But Xabi Alonso will lead Real Madrid to a title in his first season as manager. Onside or offside?
Onside.
Yeah, I don't think that's
agree
happening.
with
Y'all
you.
tripping. Y'all
Onside.
bugging.
I
agree.
You're
It's going to
bugging.
be a La Liga. It's going to be a Champions League. I think maybe even Club World Cup. We'll see them come ball out. They need a manager like Xabi Alonso who's been there, done that. He's more of a manager that adds, I think, expectation to these players.
Structure
That,
as well.
Yeah, that they haven't had. I think Vinny, Mbappe, Rodrigo have had the ability to kind of do whatever, and they've relied on the likes of Bellingham and Valverde to cover everything else up. And he's going to fix that. I think he's going to make all of those adjustments, that they're going to come out and be much more structured, much more lethal, much more defensive.
I think it'll be more balanced as
needed.
well. I think what he brings and what you saw with Bayern Leverkusen is a balance within the team from the back line to the front line. And I'm not taking anything
And
away
more
from Carlo
discipline.
Ancelotti, because he is one of my favorite managers in the world. He's one of the only managers that's won in every single league that he's gone to in a fashion where you're like, you play a beautiful brand of football. And what he does very well, he's a great man manager, and he's good tactically as well. But when you look at Xavi, I feel like he's a good man manager because he demands that respect, because he's been there, he's done that at
think
the
he already
highest level.
has it
Yeah,
even. Yeah,
he's
just
got
his
that
presence.
aura in him. But tactically, he's so smart for such a young coach in the short amount of time that he's done it in, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy. We touched on this. I think it was like episode 8 or 9, touching on former players that are now managers and how some struggle and some succeed. And he's done it in a
Find
really
out who's really
yeah.
built for it quick.
I think what I'll say is, yes, all those accolades, he's 100% deserving of it. He's one of the few Real players that I really can't say anything bad about. Okay, he's not a raisin. He's also
insulting Modric.
he's
He
also
just stepped away.
he's also a very intelligent. He's always been a very intelligent guy as a player and as a manager, and obviously winning the Bundesliga with Leverkusen is an amazing accomplishment. However, I do think that structure could come back and bite them in the hiney, because if we've seen the last few managers that Real have had that have been very successful, there's been like an unnatural, like inexplicable free flow, with Real and the way they play and the way they train. And I do feel like that structure is going to be a hard transition for players like Vinny, for the players like
Yeah.
Rodrigo. I just feel like there's a type of like laissez-faire like attitude as a manager that you have to have with
It's
Real.
going to cut some people in. It's going to cut some people out.
Yeah.
It's going to draw a line, I think.
And
But in what's needed for a more refined
in the
Real
first
Madrid.
year, I don't think that leads to some trophies, though. I think that takes
He's done it with Leverkusen,
maybe 2
a
years.
team that everybody wrote off,
Yep.
to then winning the Bundesliga,
German
to being
culture, though.
undefeated, Bayern never losing, making a foreign champ.
Yeah,
Like,
but Madrid culture
come
as
on.
well. It's one of the biggest clubs in the world.
He's meant to handle
Yeah.
the pressure. He can do it. You're a hater.
Pressure.
It's his
I'm
bias.
Pressure
not
makes
a hater.
diamonds.
Listen, Xabi Alonso, I respect it, and I'm very much looking forward to next season. As a Barca fan for La Liga overall, because I do think that again, the better Real are, and I do feel like this is just the tip of the iceberg for Barca too. The bigger we get, the better we get. I think it's just gonna make that rivalry, even more entertaining. And I'm hoping to be going to my first
El Clásico.
El Clasico in Spain.
It's
I went
the
to one
same.
here, but yeah,
It's the best atmosphere
Yeah, I can imagine.
I've ever been to.
yeah.
Genuinely, when
When
I
did
was
you go?
It was my first year in broadcasting. I was 6 months into my job, and I got an email from my boss saying, "Do you want to be a pitch side reporter for El Clasico?" And I said, "Say
Damn.
what?" And I remember I walked into this the stadium, the match day -1. It was like empty, and I had the weirdest goosebumps and chills because I was like, this is wild. And then the game, I was pitch side for the first 45 minutes, and then the second 45 minutes I was up in a director's box with a bunch of people, and I was like, this is the most surreal thing I've ever experienced in my whole entire life.
We need
Yeah.
a team outing to an El Clásico.
Please.
DAZN.
DAZN, come on.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Will be available.
It's the best.
We know it's gonna be the best El Clasico. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that rivalry. Hansi Flick, also a former Bundesliga manager too, versus Xabi Alonso. It's only good for football. Whenever
Yeah, good
Real
for
and
drama.
Barca are great, football is great. So, all right, next up, Ruben Amorim. After Manchester United finished, what was it, 17 18, 15. Yeah, the bottom. They was bottom. The only thing that was left for them to do is get relegated, and they avoided that, thankfully. But yeah, just failure of a season for Manchester United. I'm sorry. By their standards too, their fans are saying it. But Ruben Amorim seems to think that with no European football to play for, they're not in the Champions League, they're not in Europa League, that they will have an advantage. So Manchester United with no European football will have an advantage next season. Onside or offside?
Can I'm like here.
I'm going onside.
Yeah, like I'm here in the fact that like I feel like he's saying it to take pressure off the team. But when you're Manchester United and you're a manager saying that, we're going to do better, that's unacceptable. Like you're one of the biggest, best teams in the world and you've fallen off year after year after year. I understand there's less games, so you're going to have more time, players not maybe picking up injuries, less travel. I understand. That's why I'm kind of in the middle of it. Like, yes, he's right on that. But don't come out and say it.
But hold on, that's been Amorim's whole MO since he became manager. He's very honest to a fault, where he literally cannot.
It's a cop-out. It's just.
I don't think it's a cop-out. I think that's genuinely what it is.
It's not good for the marketing.
It's not good for marketing, but like I kind of find it endearing because he doesn't play any games. He's just like, yeah, straight up, I'm gonna have to offload players. I'm gonna have to sell players now. It's a time for adjustment. The organization believes in me. They're giving me a runway to flip this team around. I came in the middle of last season, which he didn't want to do, but they fired Ten Hag. So now he's with a team that has lost belief, players that want to leave. And now, there's pressure off of being in tournaments. You have less games. You can instill what you want into this team with an actual preseason. It's not how we envision Manchester United, but how else do you expect them to fix this issue that's been ongoing for
sad
what?
times.
5-6 years now.
Yeah, sad
But like
times.
I look at the players, it's
been a long time.
We touched on
Garnacho's
it though.
out.
Like even Anthony, I saw like this past weekend, he did an interview and I forget who it was with, and he like started getting emotional in it of like, I wanted to walk away from football when I was at Manchester United. Like I felt like a shadow of myself. And the amount of players that have said that have played for Manchester United in the past 4 years is frightening. So that's not a head coach. That's not multiple fixtures and multiple competitions. That's an internal factor.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
clearly a mess.
It's an absolute mess. So
Switching
you can
managers, bring in how
so
many
you can
players.
clear the roster as much as you want. But we all know this. If you have a boss that has a boss and it's negative energy, that floods throughout the whole organization. And that's what I don't know anything. Like, I don't know what goes on in Manchester United. I don't know what's going on with this, that, and the other. But it seems to me like it's a very toxic work environment.
It's at the root.
But it's at the root. But I would disagree in the fact that I think you can have everything else can be on fire. We've played women's soccer professionally. You can be in conditions, but if you have a good coach, things feel so much better. You can still be a really highly competitive team, even if you have lesser facilities, which this is not a problem for United, by the way. I'm not saying that. But I think when you have a manager that brings in players, can instill belief, give confidence in the style of play into what you're doing, and there's a little pressure off of you having to go face giants like an Inter Milan in a heavy competition, it allows you to rebuild at least from the player side up.
I've played for a really good coach and I've had a really bad organization, and you feel it. You feel the tension.
Air him out. Which one was it?
No, you feel the tension when you go into the locker room because you're like, I don't want to play for a club that is like a toxic environment.
Facts.
You can have the best
You don't
coach
always
in the world.
get the choice to do it though.
No,
If you have a good
100%. But
coach.
look, it would be different if it was one or two players. You can count 5, 6, 7 players that have left United and have been
McTominay
thriving.
is the best player in Serie A.
Thank you.
Even former coaches.
Anthony's one of the best players,
Yes.
other than obviously your big Barcelona, Real Madrid.
Yeah.
He's been unbelievable for Betis.
Yes. And you could tell there's a different glow. There's a different aura.
When you're crying in interviews,
Manchester
when a
United.
grown man is crying in an interview of how bad it was, you know it's bad.
I feel
when
like-
he just feels like he's free again.
Yeah, I think Amorim's going to need a lot of just spiritual guidance to be able to counteract, that negative energy that's going through the Manchester United
mind you, who's killing it?
organization
with
right now.
I want to have faith.
However, what I will say is, and shout out to my boy Matty FC, who's one of the best Manchester United fans and content creators out there, who had a really interesting analysis for Amorim and what he was able to do at Sporting. And he's just trying to motivate Manchester United fans to support him because he went through what can happen when Amorim is given, the leeway and the opportunity to just clean out a whole team and
Yes.
build his own team. So he's proven that with Sporting. If he's able to do that, now
If
the
he's
organization,
able to, yeah.
the organization is
He needs the
different at
runway.
United.
100%.
That's the thing. He
And I
needs the
agree with
time.
you.
Yeah.
He came in middle of last season when Ten Hag was saying everything's fine when literally the house was on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So having the time to have a preseason, offload players, have honest conversations to a fault sometimes.
Oh,
At least you know where you
Nana,
stand.
Garnacho.
At least you know where you stand.
Let us know. Let us know. Manchester United fans, Premier League fans, football fans,
We're praying
all
for you.
over. What do
Yeah.
you think? What do you think, man? Can Manchester United actually accomplish something next season? And is that accomplishment winning the Premier League since they have? I don't see a Premier League title. Maybe top 4 again.
That's a different onside or offside. I'm going offside.
This is MOTM, man of the match, man of the moment,
Mm-hmm.
where we give our flowers to a player, a person, someone in football that we feel like was outstanding this week. And I'm gonna get it started. Actually, I'm not. Mine is not
Gentlemen first.
man of the. I feel like I want to get this out the way so that we could save the best for last, because I know you guys have some good ones. See how I twisted?
Yeah.
See how I flipped it? Smooth as
Just
butter.
go. Just go.
but yeah, I really want to give a huge shout out to Liverpool and Crystal Palace, because during the final game of the Premier League season, they played each other and did like a reverse guard of honor. Obviously, Liverpool winning the Premier League title, Crystal Palace winning the FA Cup,
Yeah,
and
that was
I just felt like it was very smooth. It felt like they rehearsed it
Yeah.
before, like it was one after the other. They just went around doing it, but yeah, it just felt like a really great moment of respect.
Yeah.
And again, however much rage baiting, that football fans do, that I'll admit that maybe allegedly some people have accused me of doing, I don't recall. It just, it's nice from time to time to just see love and respect and, just those displays of, what is it called? Just a fair play between different teams and players. Because then that also, I don't know how much that's going to, bleed onto the actual fans, but yeah, the teams,
I like that one.
the players themselves showed respect to each other. So
So
yeah.
wholesome, Elisha. I
Shout
love
out
that.
to Liverpool and Crystal Palace. This,
Cute.
it's
I
wholesome.
like that.
Yeah, man. But again, football unites. Football is a game that brings people together, and that's an escape for a lot of people all over the world. It's an outlet for positivity, for love and togetherness. And this is again the point of this segment, funny enough, is to be able to show the positivity and the light and the love that this game can bring, which is why we celebrate.
I feel like this
our man of the
segues.
moment.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
this segues to me really nice, because it's a guy. Obviously, I cover Major League Soccer, but it's a guy that's done so much on the pitch, and he's
Yeah.
done even more off the pitch. Carlos
Yeah.
Vela,
Hey.
an unbelievable human being. He just announced his retirement after 19 years professional. That he's officially packing it in. He still holds the regular season record of I think it's 34 goals in the regular season, the best of all time, and now is a club ambassador for LAFC. So I love when this happens to a player, especially of his magnitude, that him and his family, they love LA, they love everything about it, and they re-signed him last year for a little bit of last year at the end of the season, the tail end of the season. So to be able to retire at a club that you've done so much for and you've won trophies for, and you still hold records for, he's great. And it's like one of those players that you want to just see. You're like, I'll wheel you out in the wheelchair if you can still play like a couple minutes. But yeah, he's my man of the match, because everything he's done for Major League Soccer and everything he's done for the international play, and his career is outstanding.
Yeah,
I love
cool
when
guy.
players remain ambassadors to clubs. Like their
Yeah.
presence is still there. You know that they're
Hell
going to
yeah.
be a big influence on decisions. Like
Mm-hmm.
the club is going to continue going in a
Next
correct
generation, too.
way. Yeah, because you have players like him who've been at every single level and just want nothing good for the club. But what an incredible player.
Yeah,
Love
man.
him.
Yeah, I've had a few conversations just in and around MLS events and things like that. I think I met Carlos like my first ever MLS All-Star, which was crazy. Super cool guy. Has not changed
So
in all
class.
the years. And he's like the type of guy, he'll meet you once, have a conversation.
He'll
and,
remember
like
who you
remember
are.
you.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's special.
Yeah, so
He
yeah,
was actually
congrats.
talking to me about you 2 weeks ago.
To say, damn, what did I do? What did I do, Carlos?
I was like, I want to know the tea. What was the story? It wasn't just an interview.
Sorry, Terry, who's your man of the match?
My man of the match, talk of the town. You've probably seen him partying in Napoli.
Oh my
Scott
God,
McTominay.
amazing.
I have loved watching his transition from Man United, because I don't think
player.
from him that we expected this type of performance this season with
No.
Napoli. 12 goals, 6 assists, MVP of Serie A, this Scottish kid coming over, taking it over. I think it's so fun to just see somebody thriving from the situation that was United to now with Napoli. Well, I know, sorry, we're slandering Man United again this episode.
Man United fans, we
Oh,
apologize.
Amarim, I have faith. But Scott McTominay, I love seeing him thrive, and I'm absolutely loving seeing the celebrations. Mans is lit,
Yeah.
partying it up in Napoli, dancing around, sunburnt, but like it's
Yeah, he
so
forgot that
deserved.
sunscreen.
Yeah, his skin's a little, he's looking red. But he just looks like he's enjoying life again, and I love
As
to
he
see that
should.
from players. So to me, I wanted to give him his flowers because it's so deserved.
How real is that though? Like when it's the same thing. Okay, even if you're not an athlete, if you're enjoying life and you're with good people, good vibes equal good moods, and then it's always good performances. It doesn't matter if you're working in a corporate company, you're working as a teacher in a school, like. People feed off energy, and when you're in a good environment, it creates more successful people because everyone wants the same thing. They all strive for greatness, and you're seeing this. And I know we're joking with the United players, but we're seeing this with a lot of the United players that are going to an environment where they're like, "Whew, I can breathe again."
And they're like, I love the food. I
Yeah.
love the people. Yeah.
Italy's sick. Like Italy, there's no better place
I mean, I
than
can't.
Italy
He's got a
now.
statue.
No.
His first season.
It's crazy.
Insane,
That's
man.
love.
Yeah. Shout
I
out
wanna go to
McTominay.
Napoli.
Shout out McTominay. Shout out Liverpool Crystal Palace. Shout out to Carlos Vela. And yeah, let us know who was outstanding. Man, women, coaches, players, the owners of Manchester United. Unlikely. That's unlikely to be your man in the match, but let us know who you would like to give your flowers to, whether they're peonies, roses, or tulips. Just let us know in the comments. Show some love.
Oh no.
That's Kaylin's favorite sound.
It literally gives me
I
anxiety.
get a hint of like motion sickness every single time.
I wake up at 3 a.m. some days. I'm like, oh god, just a bad dream. Okay, go.
Yeah, we're going around the world. And to start off for this week, I wanted to play a little game.
Love games.
Which y'all, you know what I'm saying? Switch things up, change things up. And I would like for us, using Club World Cup teams, obviously, Club World Cup coming on DAZN this summer, June 14th, July 13th. Stay on the lookout for it. But yeah, using Club World Cup teams
Cool.
for us to build the perfect player. Starting, since you're to my left, with left-footed Club World.
Should we
Club
all
World
say it
Cup
at the
player.
same time?
Okay,
Ready?
let's try it.
3, 2, 1.
Elisha.
Messi.
Oh, sorry,
What?
Messi. Yeah. It's just- yeah. No, Messi.
Messi.
That's what I got a code.
Messi.
Yeah, Messi. Okay. Right foot.
Easy. Well, you're not gonna like this, but I'm gonna go Vinny.
Vinny on the right foot. Okay, I like Vinny.
Yeah.
Can I toss one in just to toss one in? Just in case Vinny gets injured?
Just tossed it. Okay.
Because he's
Okay, we can have a sub.
just
have
a
a sub
sub,
for
just
right foot.
potentially.
Okay.
Ronaldo. Potentially
Oh.
signing. There's rumors. Potentially signing
If
with the
he
FIFA
really
Club World Cup
does,
team.
yeah. If
Potential.
he really
I'm
does.
just throwing it out there. Let's put him on the bench just in case it happens.
He could be on the bench.
I don't know.
protect ourselves.
Ronaldo could be on the bench.
I'm still gonna take Vinny
Okay,
over Ronaldo
okay.
though.
Really? Oh, I mean,
I would
yeah,
maybe take
right
Ronaldo
now.
for headers.
This is crazy.
Oh, that's a good
If
one.
we were doing aerial,
Ooh.
Ooh, do we have an
Is that
aerial
one of
one?
them?
Yes,
Is
we
aerial?
do.
I
Yes,
would
the
do
next
Ronaldo
one, the
for
next one is
aerial.
headers.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do Cristiano Ronaldo for that then.
I
Okay.
agree.
If he's in the FIFA Club World Cup.
Holland though.
I'm still taking Ronaldo.
Holland in the air. Holland doesn't even need to use his head. His left foot.
Well, who do we put first then? It's a team decision.
Oh my God.
Ronaldo's a rumor, so I
Okay,
kind of
let's
feel
3,
like
2, 1. We say Holland or Ronaldo.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
3, 2, 1.
Holland.
Holland. Sorry.
Okay, Holland. Okay, Holland. Like
All right,
it.
let's do that. Speed.
Mbappe.
I was gonna say Mbappe.
Mbappe.
Yeah.
Mbappe.
I want him
Okay.
in my team.
We can
so.
take Mbappe.
Yeah.
We can take Mbappe. Dribbling.
Dembele.
Ooh, yeah.
Was mine. Yeah.
He's ambidextrous.
Yes. Take Dembele. Okay. Defense.
Because we are around the world.
Yes. Yes.
Monterrey, Ramos.
Sergio Ramos.
You want a reckless.
I want
you
a
want red
reckless-
cards.
Yes.
I was gonna say Bastoni.
I'd go for
Let's
Sergio
do
Ramos.
Ramos. Yeah.
Make it interesting.
Let's get some heat. Let's get some heat.
I just like drama.
I'm here for it.
I love drama.
All right. IQ. Football IQ. Brains.
Busquets.
Okay. Sergio
Busquets is a good one.
Oof.
Busquets is fire.
Yeah, we like this.
Because man can be move like a truck,
Yeah.
But he's so smart.
so smart.
Yeah. Inter Miami.
Yeah.
Sergio Busquets.
Yeah,
Okay. I
that
like
was a
that.
good
I
one.
like that. I like
That was a
that.
good one.
Okay. Heart.
Julian Alvarez.
Atletico.
Yeah.
Julian Alvarez. Ah.
Is Lautaro
Yeah.
Martinez?
I was gonna say Lautaro. Man.
Julian Alvarez.
I just feel like Martinez.
Hard, but
He's like
Lautaro's a warrior,
he
man.
would die
that's
for
a
his
tough-
team.
Dog.
I think Alvarez would too. But we can go Lautaro. I'm outvoted.
Lautaro Martinez.
Are we outvoting her?
Yeah, I think we'll take Lautaro.
The team's
yeah,
spoken,
I'm
it's like
sorry.
Survivor
I'm sorry,
in here.
Darius.
Alvarez.
I'm sorry, Darius.
Still
But yeah,
no.
that's our. Let us know in the comments what would be, using Club World Cup teams. Don't just pick your favorite team and pick all players from one. Just diversify. Let us know.
Big news for Real Madrid and Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's being reported that Real Madrid will pay Liverpool $5 million to get him a month early to train with the team
feel like
for
that's a
the Club
bargain.
World Cup, and they need him on that team.
Does anyone else agree that that's a bargain to have him for the FIFA Club World Cup?
Yes.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
Like the money that you can
You got a
potentially
billy
win.
on the line?
Yeah, that is a bargain.
we need a right back.
If we're calling that a bargain, Real, kick your boy a mill. Like, come on now. You got it.
Not even.
You heard it. You got it. What do you
cut
mean
my hair.
we? What do you mean we? Are you calling Real? Are you referring to yourself as we now for Real?
I kind of did.
Yeah,
I did tie myself to that, but it happens. But I do think, especially with Carvajal coming back from an ACL,
Just have support,
they
yeah.
need Valverde in the middle.
Yeah.
Quit pulling him as an outside back. Vasquez is not the outside back. You need somebody there that can play, make, and build. And I think Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Lucas Vasquez is leaving too, no?
I'm kind of shocked that they would only
it's the
make it a
perfect runway.
$5 million, because they do need him. I'd be like 10.
Yeah.
Give us 10.
I know. He's already on the way out. They're already
Yeah.
playing
For sure.
everybody else. I think they're
Make
like,
a little quick extra buck.
yeah,
Little 1-2.
Bargain,
a
definitely.
Ibiza trip.
All right, we'll get back on the plane.
What else we?
Are going
Yeah.
to one of the greatest players of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo, scoring his 800th goal. It's the first time a player ever has done that. And he posted like a little cryptic post, like, what was the quote? When one or the chapter closes, but my book's still unwritten, or something like that. Something along those lines.
Very inspirational.
Yeah.
Natasha Bedingfield unwritten.
Yeah. The rest is still unwritten. I won't sing for you. Only if I'm karaoke about 6 drinks in.
I'll put a beat. I'll put a beat on.
I'm gonna throw it out there. LAFC are in the play-in match for the FIFA Club World Cup, taking on Club America
Yes.
May 31st. LAFC win that game. So they're in the FIFA Club World Cup. This is just potentials, okay? I'm
Yes.
setting the scene, the scenarios. This is like a bedtime story with my 6-year-old little boy.
Cool.
Then Cristiano Ronaldo says, I'm going to sign with LAFC. I'm going to play in the FIFA Club World Cup. And I'm going to be
That's my
battling
team.
it out against Lionel Messi. They are back, baby. He's Mr. Hollywood already, Cristiano
Facts.
Ronaldo. His misses would fit in perfect in Los Angeles.
Facts.
And LAFC have always proven that they go out and they bring in big money stars. It's just something that the Galaxy do. It's something that LAFC do. It's just who they are. And I feel like that would fit perfect. Now, my second one, now real strap in, okay? Everyone seated down. Sit down, sat down, whatever. Inter Miami.
Oh
You're
my
crazy.
God. That would be
Messi and
insane.
Ronaldo.
That would break the
Messi
internet.
and Ronaldo
That would
play
break the
together.
internet.
I love the
That's-
poetry.
They need someone
love
else
how
in the
poetic
attack.
it could
Suarez
be.
can't play every single match, and when they got rid of Leo Capana, they haven't been able to rest players at all. Those four, the Barcelona boys, continue to play 90 minutes after 90 minutes with the travel in Major League Soccer. But bringing in Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo
That's
linking
insane.
up. Can we picture this?
That's insane.
Can you picture it?
It would be a
My
dream.
camera's out of memory. I can't picture it.
Yes, you can.
What? Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi on one team.
Can you
I want them in the
imagine?
same league.
Can you
together.
imagine?
Yeah.
God.
This is why I said LAFC first, because I want to see that rivalry. And Messi, and they know they have a rivalry deep
You know
down,
what?
right?
Bleep
Like,
this. The
you
zone
know-
bleep it.
No.
F it. F it. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
I can see it.
Yes.
It's here. I see it.
If we can manifest this into reality, can you imagine? I don't care if he's on LAFC or Inter Miami. I just want them going, like, I want them competing against one another.
I could see Monterrey as well. Back with his boy Ramos.
That's what I'm hearing.
Not a bad show.
Chaos.
hearing it.
Chaos in the back, chaos in the front.
And they got that money for him as well.
Yeah.
Pause.
But it was a little like
Whoa.
yeah, there was context behind that.
Okay.
Inter Miami would be insane though. I would love it just for the
crazy.
football story. What that would
Can you
mean.
imagine? Can you imagine the ticket sales?
It'd be insane.
Like they're already playing
DAZN,
in
we wanna go?
NFL stadiums because they sell out everything when Messi comes to visit. Imagine them both of them on a team.
Can you imagine an announcer like commentators?
Messi to Ronaldo, Ronaldo to Messi.
to
them next to
Oh
each other
my
in the lineup.
God.
Can you?
Like,
Lionel Messi assisting Cristiano Ronaldo for a goal. What dimension are we living in?
I don't
What-
know. I'm just throwing it into
Yeah,
the
that would be
atmosphere. I think it'd
crazy.
sick.
That would be crazy.
So
but I can
that,
see it.
that was my around the world. I know we got
Took us
heads
a-
spinning
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, my head. Yeah, we're gonna park the plane for a little bit, take a nap, and then come back another time because that was crazy. But yeah, let us know also any news from around the world that you guys
Am I
you know
bugging?
want to
Am
tell
I
us
tripping?
about.
Is
Am
that
I-
what you
yeah,
say?
are we bugging? Are we tripping?
I didn't even have a drink before coming on the pod today, guys.
Listen, there's no rules here, but yeah, Ronaldo,
Imagine.
Messi. I tried to whistle.
Is that what that was? I thought you
my
sneezed.
Not
attempt.
taught you anything.
I thought you sneezed.
Yeah.
My head was down.
Don't put your hands in your mouth.
I was about to
I
say,
thought-
bless you.
Spit
I
in
used
studio.
okay. I tried. That was
That's
good.
better.
Hey, there we
better.
go.
I like
There we go.
that.
Extra time, right? This is where we talk about anything, any crumbs, that we didn't get to discuss throughout the show.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'll be a gentleman for this one. Ladies first. Who wants to go first?
Me,
Anything you wanna go first?
me, please. So I obviously I have so much love for this next individual, Robbie Keane. I was
Yeah.
lucky enough to work with him with BN Sports in Qatar, and then I was lucky enough to play with him for 2 soccer aids. He's the best human in the world, genuinely. He's so down to earth, and for a superstar of his magnitude, what he did for Ireland and what he did in his professional career, to just be down to earth, cool, calm, and collected. We always talk about this as well, as it's not easy for a player to then become a manager.
Yeah.
He won the league in the Israeli league last year with Tel Aviv. Then he goes to the Hungarian league, wins the league title this year. So that tells you everything you need to know. He's great with players. Tactically, he's very smart, but he's able to manage these players. The best part about this whole story is they're celebrating with the trophy. Things get a little bit crazy. Hits his head with the trophy. Has to get 3 stitches. So to have a manager celebrating that hard, like Robbie, you do you, Robbie. But he posted about it on his social media, and he was just like, trophy hit me in the head, had to get 3 stitches. I've been there, so I have to
go hard or go
I had a
home.
backstory with this. When we won the bronze medal at the Olympic Games, we were like cheering, and because Canada, we didn't win a lot of medals. You hold your medal down, or you take it off, or you put it on your back. Because when you're jumping and cheering, the medal hit up. Happened to Diana Matheson, chipped her front tooth as we were celebrating like the bronze medal. So things happen when you're celebrating.
Why?
But I love that Robbie Keane was just like,
Yo,
look,
stitches is crazy though.
Stitches is
Like
cool.
you've got a scar.
yeah, right on his forehead,
It's a good
like
memory.
right here. Yeah.
Like when people ask you, like, what
happened to your head?
What happened?
Yeah.
Oh,
Celebrating too
I
hard.
won a
the
championship
trophy.
and hit myself in the face with the trophy.
Anyways, fair play, Robbie Keane.
Okay, my extra time. Messi and Suarez buying a 4th division team in Uruguay.
Sick. Love it.
This is absolutely sick. I mean,
What are you looking
if
at?
wait, why are you not with
Why
this?
are you hate it?
I don't hate it. I'm just saying current players buying it. They're at the end of
You
their
were
careers.
offside for
I'm
that
just
like
saying.
2 weeks
No, I
ago.
wasn't.
Yes, you
He was
were.
offside.
I said current players
He was
should not
offside.
be.
He
should
should
not
be-
be.
Sorry. I'm coming at you hard.
But
Roll the tape back.
4th division Uruguayan team. I mean, They're
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
don't.
be
Yeah.
playing each other.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I feel it.
I know. I'm
Unless
with
they're a
it.
Wrexham at some point.
True. But I'm with it. I'm here for
feel it.
former
That's
players
cool.
buying clubs. This is going to be a loaded club. I think they're going to get whatever players they want, whatever academy players they want to come
Yeah.
in. But I'm here for it. More players buying into more teams. Let's get it.
I like it.
Up
More
that
pe-
competition. I'm here
More
for
people investing in football. Can I just say though? I would say, players, if you are gonna invest in women's football. Buy some teams. Invest
That part.
in some women's teams. You know what I'm saying? Just again, everybody watches women's sports, so the more visibility, the more money goes into it, the better the game gets, and the better it is for football overall. I will say my extra time moment again as a Barca fan. I'm a football fan though. I love all things football related. Not only did Vinny come out with, or Nike came out with a new Vinny boot, which
They're
is fire.
sick.
Air Vinny, the whole campaign, everything about it is fire. But the new Vinny Jr. documentary just came out on Netflix also, and it was kind of delayed. It was supposed to come out way earlier, and then right after he was expected to win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
But obviously, because of that whole fiasco, they had to push it back a little bit, and now it's out. There's some controversies, in it. Y'all gonna have to watch it to, I don't want to spoil anything. We could talk about it a little bit more next week.
Yeah, I
but
haven't watched it, so don't give it away.
yeah. I love just overall. I just wanted to give kind of like a shout out to just football documentaries overall,
Yeah. So
well
especially
done.
on like platforms that are very popular in the U.S. I just feel like it
Shows
helps.
a different side of
Yeah.
things, though. The
Also,
human side of things.
accessibility
Yes.
to
Yes.
what
Yes.
these players are as humans and what
Yes.
goes into being a professional athlete that seems so far away.
100%.
It is so needed
It's
right
not
now.
all like sunshine and rainbows and monies and
a
cars,
battle.
and it's like mentally probably one of the most difficult things that people will go through. Yeah, money can buy you a lot of things, but it doesn't buy you happiness,
see
and
the
it doesn't buy.
sacrifices.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Absolutely. And just shameless plug. Speaking of shows that just
Yours
came
is
out.
sick, by the way.
Yeah, Home Turf. Check it out. Your boy hosted it. Home Turf, just giving you guys an insight into 3 major cities
Where
that
was
are
your
going to
favorite?
be
Which one was your favorite?
Atlanta. Atlanta was
Yeah,
fire.
ATL.
Yeah. Shout out to
I love
ATL,
Atlanta.
man.
Me too.
Yeah,
Sick.
where we went Atlanta, Cincinnati, Charlotte. I don't know if episode 3 in Atlanta is going to be out by the time we post this, but check it out on DAZN. It's out. I had a lot of fun filming it. Shout out to the team. Shout out to DAZN. Shout out Neo Studios, everybody involved in it. Yeah, it was super, super dope. So
Thanks for the invite, Elijah.
I know.
I
I'm like,
did
we
it.
didn't even
What?
get like a private screening.
Yeah,
or
like a
DAZN.
private
of this.
screening,
The
like
Zone.
anything.
We're with you every week.
Wow.
DAZN.
Wow.
Tell it's DAZN.
No.
You didn't even bring
no.
us chili. Nothing.
Nothing. Not even like jerseys, anything,
I'm not
apparel.
gonna address the chili. I'm not gonna address the chili. I'm
Get to
just
the
saying.
chili in the show.
I'm just gonna say, but yeah.
That is Through Ball. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Episode 11, lucky number 11. Let us know what you thought. Hit us up. Caitlin, take us home.
Whoa. Cristiano Ronaldo's LAFC. Anyone get in the chat. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about us, because as much as we love doing this, we love hearing from you guys in the comment section. Even if we agree with you, we don't, because some of you are wild sometimes. But
I'm
we're
not
also
going in the kitchen.
Yeah, we're wild in here, okay? But yeah, we love hearing from absolutely every single one of you.
Absolutely. And as always, remember, yes, Through Ball is here. Yes, Home Turf is here. But also the Club World Cup, the FIFA Club World Cup is coming right here on DAZN from June 14th to July 13th. This summer, it's coming. The world's greatest teams.
We're all going to be on ground for it.
We're all gonna be there.
Let's go.
At the
Tune
Club
in.
World Cup. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you tune in. As always, it's your boy Elisha, Michelle Jenkins,
Throwing it out.
Kaylin, Mackenzie, Kyle Heath. We'll see you next time on Through Ball. Peace.